Your cat has been silently judging you, and you had no idea. Every single day, you're doing things you think are completely normal, maybe even loving, and your cat is quietly hating every second of it. What if the biggest mistake you're making is something you've done today without even thinking? What if your cat has been trying to tell you to stop, but you've never understood the signs? That head bump, that little meow, that slow blink you think means everything is perfect between you two? It doesn't erase the fact that you're stressing your cat out in ways you can't even see. Veterinarians and animal behaviorists have studied this for years, and the results are honestly a little uncomfortable to hear if you're a cat owner. Because here's the thing, cats can't tell you when something bothers them the way a dog would with a whimper or a person would with words. They mask discomfort as a survival instinct left over from thousands of years of evolution. That means your cat could be feeling stressed while looking completely calm. And most owners never notice until the damage has already been done. So instead, they show it through subtle signs most owners completely miss, or worse, misread as affection. By the time you finish this video, you're going to recognize behaviors in your own cat that you've been ignoring for months, maybe even years. Some of these mistakes seem small, but they can change the way your cat feels about you every single day. And number 4 on this list is something almost every cat owner in America is guilty of, no exceptions. Let's get into it. Thing number 1, forced cuddles. You think picking up your cat for a cuddle is a sweet way to show love. But what if your cat sees it completely differently? This one habit could be making your cat trust you less every single day. Cats do not operate on your emotional timeline. When you scoop them up mid-nap, hold them tightly against their will, and expect them to relax into it, you're not showing love the way they receive it. You're taking away their control, and control is everything to a cat. This is why so many cats squirm, scratch, or dash away the second you set them down. It's not rejection of you, it's rejection of being forced into physical contact without consent. Most owners mistake this reaction for bad behavior, but it's actually your cat trying to protect its personal space. Cats show love by choosing to be near you, not by being made to. If you actually want closeness, sit quietly and let them approach on their own terms. When your cat comes to you by choice, that moment means far more than any forced cuddle ever could. It takes longer, but it builds real trust instead of resentment. Thing number 2, loud sudden noises. You hear an ordinary sound. Your cat hears a possible danger. And this is one mistake almost every cat owner makes without even realizing it. Vacuum cleaners, blenders, slamming doors, screaming kids during video games to you, it's just daily life. To your cat, whose hearing is nearly 5 times sharper than yours, it's a constant threat alert. Cats are wired as both predator and prey, so unpredictable loud sounds trigger a genuine stress response every single time, even if they've heard the same noise 1,000 times before. Just because your cat has heard the noise before doesn't mean they've gotten used to it. This isn't your cat being dramatic when they sprint under the bed during a storm or bolt from the sound of a hairdryer. Repeated exposure to this kind of noise builds chronic stress that can affect their appetite, digestion, and even their immune system over time. What looks like a small scare to you can feel like a serious survival threat to your cat. A 5-second warning before turning on something loud, and always leaving them an exit route, makes a bigger difference than most owners realize. Sometimes, the smallest changes make your cat feel the safest. Thing number 3, direct eye contact. Looking into your cat's eyes may feel like love to you. But to your cat, it can send a completely different message. This simple habit could be making your cat feel nervous without you even knowing it. In our world, eye contact means connection and confidence. In the cat world, a hard, unblinking stare reads as a challenge, the exact same way 2 rival cats would size each other up before a fight. Owners do this constantly without knowing it, leaning in close, staring lovingly, then wondering why their cat suddenly looks tense or turns away. That's not coldness, that's your cat trying to avoid a confrontation it thinks is coming. Your cat isn't ignoring you, they're trying to keep the peace. Cats actually have their own version of I love you, and it's the opposite of staring, it's the slow blink. Look at your cat softly, close your eyes slowly, then open them again. This tiny moment speaks your cat's language better than a long stare ever could. Most owners have never done this once. It's a small gesture that instantly tells your cat you're not a threat. Once you understand this, you'll never look at your cat the same way again. Thing number 4, changing their routine overnight. This is the one mistake almost every cat owner in America makes without even realizing it. It seems completely harmless, but to your cat, it can turn their whole world upside down. And the signs of stress often appear long after the change has happened. Cats are creatures of extreme routine, far more than people assume. Switching their food brand overnight because a new one was on sale, moving the litter box to a different spot, rearranging furniture in their territory, all of it triggers genuine anxiety. Their sense of safety comes from predictability, and sudden change can lead to overgrooming, hiding for days, or refusing to eat altogether. What feels like a small change to you can feel like losing a safe home to your cat. The professional standard is simple. Introduce any change gradually, over 1 to 2 weeks, mixing old and new until the transition feels invisible to your cat. Giving your cat time to adjust is one of the greatest gifts you can give them. Most owners only learn this after their cat has already stopped eating out of stress. By then, the damage has already begun. Thing number 5, ignoring their body language. This may be the biggest mistake of all, because it's the reason the first 4 even happened. Your cat has been communicating with you every single day. The real problem is that most owners don't know how to understand the message. Cats communicate constantly through tail position, ear direction, pupil size, and posture, but most owners never learn to read any of it. A tail flicking rapidly isn't happiness, it's irritation building up. Ears pinned back isn't curiosity, it's fear or aggression. A cat rolling onto its back is not always an invitation for a belly rub. For most cats, it's a defensive position, and touching it can result in a sudden bite or scratch that owners describe as coming out of nowhere. But the truth is, it didn't come out of nowhere at all. The warning signs were there the entire time, they just weren't being noticed. Your cat was speaking in the only language it knows. Learning even the basics of feline body language changes the entire relationship, because you start responding to what your cat is actually communicating instead of what you assume they're feeling. And once you understand those signals, your cat will feel safer, more relaxed, and trust you more than ever before. So there you have it, 5 things your cat has been silently dealing with, possibly every single day, without you ever realizing it. The forced cuddles, the loud noises, the direct staring, the sudden routine changes, and the body language you've been missing. These small habits can make a big difference to your cat. Loving your cat is important, but understanding them is what builds real trust. Now that you know these 5 things, try changing just one of them and see how your cat responds. If this video helped you, leave a comment and tell me which mistake surprised you the most. And don't forget to subscribe, because your cat still has a lot more to tell you and we're just getting started.